Welcome to Planning Phase Syndicate, episode 64. Yes. Let's talk about cards that we want to see possibly go up, possibly not go up, come down. Let's kind of start there, and I have B-Wings up, but we don't really have to talk about B-Wings. That's not the intent. Is I just wanted to test it. I forgot to clear my cache. All right, let's move on to Republic.
Yep, let's do it.
So I feel I guess this is my personal feeling. I feel that Republic is pretty decently balanced.
Okay.
I believe that there should be a couple of arcs that go down to 4 points. I believe Sinker is worthless at 6, personally.
Sinker is 6 points.
Yeah, Sinker is 6 points, and it doesn't matter because nobody uses Sinker's ability because
a fire convergence, right?
Yeah, because you have fire convergence with a lat, and the lats don't die as easy. So I don't know. Like I don't know.
I can see the arcs. I would be careful giving people the opportunity to spam more than a couple arcs in a list. Plus, like 2 arcs, a lat and Jedi would be intense to deal with.
So, by the way, I can run a lat and 3 arcs in a list, and I did not do well. You can ask Greg. And now that some of it's my fault, but
it doesn't sound like it. Sounds like in the end game, it's bad, right? And just kind of falls apart.
It does. It does. It to some extent it does, but you can run 1 arc and some Jedi and a lat. You know, like, and so how about this? 7B Barris can take C-3PO and Patience, and the way 7th Fleet Gunner works, you can.
Oh no! Yeah, we got to talk about 7th Fleet Gunner.
You can trigger the extra dice and Patience at the same time, right? So Patience triggers, you get your deplete, then 7th Fleet Gunner can trigger and give you that die back. Or you could give it to Hound if you'd rather. Like, so you get the pick. Do you want, like if you're at range 1 with Barris, you could say, oh, I'm going to take my Patience, take the deplete, give it to Hound, and still have 4 dice. Or I'll keep the deplete, not give it to Hound, and take 7th Fleet Gunner.
I think there's going up playing against Duncan. There's the fire convergence on top of calculate passing on top of 7th Fleet Gunner. There's something needs to get touched there a little bit. I think 7th Fleet could go up to 10. Just giving every turn being able to give somebody an extra attack die needs to be priced accordingly, and 8 is too cheap. I also think we can talk about the lats. The lats are they have way too many loadout points. Like it's crazy how much Hound is 23, Hawk is 20, and the Warthog is less, and he's more expensive because of the I don't even know if Warthog is that good because the Republic lists are 3 or 4 ship lists right now. There's not as much spam.
Warthog doesn't work because nobody's running generic. So Warthog's dead. He's dead. Like they actually had 0
generic only.
Yeah, they had
non-limited.
Yeah, they had 0 reason to do anything to Hawk. You could actually make Hawk a 4-point lat, and I'd fly it.
Yeah, I mean it's just So they should have less loadout. I don't think they should be all 4 points because it is 10 hit points and fire convergence. Like you have to price accordingly for the fact that you can. All the slots they have and never have to target, and Jedi not having to worry about taking locks is pretty strong.
Yes.
So
actually,
yeah,
and I will be honest.
There's so much power in a list right now.
I feel the lat is like the reason you can't change the pricing of all these other things. Like, if you made the lat like 2 charges for every time, so basically use it once per turn. Like, how about this? Even if you said once per turn you get rerolls and you get to regen the 2, but you only could use it once. Or just give it 1 then, right? Like, why do you need 2? Just give it 1 fire convergence. You can start moving pricing around on all these other ships.
Yeah, they won't do that though. I just think the easiest and best approach right now is to nerf 7th Fleet Gunner and drop their loadout points by like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we are looking at the same loadout value as like what Luke and like Poe have is insane. I get it,
Well,
they're support ships, but like
yep.
you shouldn't be able to take everything. So.
They're designed to be support ships. And I'll tell you what, with my Hound build, if you lowered it like 3 points, I wouldn't care. Actually, if you lower Hawk 3 points, you do neuter Hawk a little bit, but then you're just forcing people into taking Hound.
Yeah, I think there's just should be a little bit more of a decision around 7th Fleet, because the what makes it even better on the LAT is that the LAT is never meant to deal damage because it's just not good at it. It's really kind of incapable of dealing damage, so you don't care about taking the disarm. You're basically disarmed every round anyways. So, like, you know, if there was a little bit more of a drawback to taking 7th Fleet, I would be a fan. I think that.
Now on the opposite side, Torrents are overpriced. So just flat out, they're just overpriced garbage.
Yeah, they should definitely be in the 3-point category. The fact that you have Axe and Kickback are 3. But yeah, I think they could all be 3 with differing.
You want to take Contrail or Axe? Oh, I'll take Contrail. I could drop bombs. Fuck off.
Yeah.
You know, like, no.
Yeah.
I think Contrail has to go back up to
points.
4.
Contrail getting that many loadout points from going to 2 points to 3 is like had none versus a ton now. Easy slot in if you're at 17 points with your list, you just throw Contrail and they're like, great, another high initiative ship. Cool.
Yeah. And I agree. I think the LAT has actually ruined this faction, if I'm being honest with you, like with what FFG did. Like, I feel the LAT is like made this faction a very hard faction to balance, and they don't even have the same shit that Scum has, right? Like, Scum is crazy because there's so many different like upgrades you can equip to all these things. Like, just give me some Jedi with a bunch of like, give me Obi-Wan with 3 Force, and I could take Patience, I could take whatever I want. You're gonna give me 7th Fleet Gunner, and I don't know.
Being able to pass mods too. Yeah, you're right. And you have to, if you want to build a Republic list that could win, you have to include the LAT. And that's a problem to me. It's problematic side of list building for a faction to be locked into such a specific identity that you're building around one ship. Don't love that.
Yep. Yeah, remember back in the day before LATs, you could run 5 CLT Jedi Knights. You could run 5 CLT Jedi Knights. That was fun. It didn't win anything. There was a lot of variety
in lists. There was like, we saw lists with Padme and the N1s. We saw 3-ship lists with just aces, like, you know, Anakin, Obi-Wan, and like, you know, Mace or some Torrents, or there was a lot of flavor. And now I feel like this faction has gotten, I already struggled list building with Republic months ago, and now I kind of don't even bother. I just am not interested in playing what everyone else is playing. And I feel like I have to, because I want to win, even in casual nights. I want to build something that's somewhat capable of winning, even if it's kind of fun. You know, I don't want to break something that's complete jank. And yeah. How about the Delta 7? So for me, Obi-Wan just needs to go up to 6. I don't understand why he's 5 points. I hate that Delta 7 Aether Sprite Obi is 5. He shouldn't be priced at the same level as the LAT either. It doesn't really compute in my head. So yeah, maybe it's a hot take, but I think he's still very good at 6 points. And he's still 1 point less than Delta 7B Anakin, which seems fair enough, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not opposed to Obi being at 5 points. I think if you start looking at some of these other things, right? It's like if we start looking at the LAT and we start looking at 7th Fleet Gunner, C-3PO, those type of things, I think I'm okay with him being at 5 points. And I think it's thematic, and I like being able to run Obi and Anakin in the same list. I don't know. It's again, he's just a hard ship to balance with limited points, right? So really, he's worth 5.5.
I maybe he just loses. Maybe he loses his talent slot. He loses 2 or 3 loadout points or something. Because paired with the LAT CLT double reposition 3 force, he can force to evade, and really hard to kill him, and he does a surprising amount of damage. 7B Anakin, I have a problem. Again, this people like if Duncan were watching this, to be like, okay, dude, like whatever. But like crack shot on like 7B Anakin is wild. It's like just so strong. I know it's a one time use, so I'm not saying change crack shot. I'm not saying even get rid of this talent slot, but it's just definitely something to look at when it comes to the talent on force high initiative force users. That conversation. Because the double reposition is just really easy for him to get bullseye. And then with 7 Fleet Gunner, you can roll 4 or 5 attack dice and then crack shot. And it's for 7 points. That's incredible value. Really punches above his weight. So, yeah, I don't know. That's just one of my thoughts. So.
All right. Fair enough. So really, I think the N1s were nerfed too hard. I think the M1s should be looked at again and changed. I liked running the N1s when I ran them at Adepticon. So I was not a lat guy at Adepticon. Okay. I ran N1s, 3 N1s. What the hell did I run? 3 N1s, Contrail, and then some V-Wings. So I ran a 7-ship Republic list that I went 3, 1, and 2. So, there you go. Like, I obviously didn't do super well, but I did average with it.
That tie is frustrating.
It was horrible. It was a bullshit tie too. So,
yeah,
but whatever.
Yeah. I think Annie, like maybe Annie, could go down. Padme's ability can be really, really, really good. She still never really got too much play, even when she was more affordable. She's always been, I guess, she's always been a little expensive to think about it. Really hard. And Rick is just so predictable that, I mean, you could even say Rick could be, have little loadout and even be 4 points if we're trying to get the faction to be have more depth.
Diverse.
Again. Yeah. To have some diversity.
Yeah. And I think, I don't want to rearrange the Z95s personally, but I like Z95s. I've ran a Hound Z95 list and done okay with it. I'm a 50-50 with it. We'll just put it that way.
Sure.
It's not amazing. It's not going to win tournaments, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, and X-Wing, you're supposed to have fun when you play X-Wing outside of the competitive scene, right? Like, try stuff out, learn. It's a learning experience for me, playing new stuff.
You want to know what's really fun?
What?
Homing torpedoes and Z95s and Hound in Sync Console.
Oh yeah.
It's TLT. It's TLT without the second damage. It's fun.
Oh.
People hate it. I don't care. It's just a fun. It's a fun list that It's a fun list.
I don't see a lot of homing torpedoes being used. This is probably the same reason why
it's not really that good. Yeah. It's just and because it's one, if you don't have the shields gone, the crit's worthless, and but it's fun to run if you can run it right, and if you get lucky with how your opponent places obstacles. I'll just put it that way. It is a fun list. I think if I changed up and ran Hound differently with a 7 Fleet Gunner C3PO type thing, it would be a little bit more effective because I wouldn't have to put the homing torpedoes on everything. And actually, I changed up a few of them for V-Wings, and I think it does better. But again, it's hard when you have Jedi that have Force that, I don't know. It's hard to want to run that. I don't know. We haven't decided in our Nickel City League whether I'm going to run my fun jank Z95 V-Wing Hound list, or whether I'm going to try to be more competitive to actually win our, win our games.
Yeah.
So
it's Team CFIS.
Yeah. I'm 1-4, so there's that. I do better in normal tournaments, but in fairness, Velvet Buddha was like, "Hey, run what the fuck you like to run." So I've ran
Buddha
some really janky stuff.
Buddha is like the scrappy, let the kids have fun kind of captain, versus what Crispy would be like. Was like, all right, results. It's all about results.
Yeah. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I have ran jankier lists and I've had fun running them. And it's fun. And the one list that I ran that was good, I couldn't kill Jango because Jango just said no thank you. Didn't matter what I did with Anakin. But anyway, so whatever. It is what it is. I think if we change a few of these mechanics with the lats, like you were saying, and the 7 Fleet Gunner goes up 2 or 3 points, I think it should go up 3 points. I'll just state it.
Yeah.
Let's just go up 3 points, make it 11, and Like, make it this is
extra
part
attack
of your
dice,
list.
man. Come on, it's gotta be expensive. It's gotta be expensive. It's so good.
Especially with Force Jedi, you know.
Force Jedi that could potentially like outmaneuver a crack shot, get extra dice, and then have fire convergence rerolls.
Yep. Woohoo. Exactly why they shouldn't have had missiles. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's a problematic faction. So.
Catherine mentioning not trusting AMG until they fix the TIE aggressor.
No, that's actually probably fair.
Kestel back in the game.
Awesome. All right. With that being said, thank you all for joining us. We will be back next week, Sunday night, 9 p.m. We're going to be covering all of the different tournaments that are happening next weekend.